Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. When the oxygen masks fall from the ceiling, please install it on yourself before you attempt to help others. That'll be all for now. Look, you got 1 minute to put your shirt on. Get dressed now.
I'll be there.
One,
Make it.
put your shirt on. Okay, the intro's over. Time to grab your drink and sit down. Come on, we're starting. Well, and things are kind of sad. It's Saturday night. I can't even tell you the excitement is just boiling over in here. But before we do anything, I'm going to have to cut the program short tonight and only go for 15 minutes. Yeah, that's a long time. Well, because I haven't. Okay, stand by. Okay, listen.
You didn't tell me
I was
that.
leading into, I'm only going to be here for 15 minutes. Then I was going to show them the Super Chicken secret sauce and say, then I was going to sing the song, and then I was going to drink it, and then I was going to say, now we can go a full hour.
You didn't. Okay.
And somebody stepped on my dick. Do you know who that was? That was you.
Oh, well, I'm like going, wait, nobody informed me.
All right, we're going to try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll only be performing the broadcast tonight for 15 minutes for various reasons. Unless the Super Chicken secret sauce kicks in. And for those of you who have no idea who Super Chicken is, for those of you who don't know what the secret sauce is, you're under the age of 45. Please leave the live stream right now. You don't belong here. That's right.
Okay.
Don't you remember that, right? When you think that you're in trouble and you need help on the double, when you think that you might take a licking. Right, yeah. So I'm drinking my super, and then I get a little mask. If I drink this on the air, I want a mask. You know the Lone Ranger mask? Wouldn't it be cool to do a whole fucking show like that, like a Lone Ranger mask, Super Chicken mask?
You would.
I would do it.
You would totally do that.
All right. Hey, thank you, by the way, GXMom, for putting on your shirt. Appreciate that. Would have way too distracting otherwise.
Okay.
All right. 2 points, just like Mike in his prime. All right. So, before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, from around the world. No, you're not. I cut you off. I don't want you on camera. So Slim Pickens, who everybody knows,
I'm still on camera.
Big supporter of the pro. It's delayed, sweetheart. Count to 10. Count to 10 seconds. It's delayed. She's sitting there staring at the screen, waiting for it to go off on her end. I will tell you what. I'll do something like I'll say, and you're off camera. Then you know when you are. My God. She's going to like scratch a boob or something because she's got an itch and you guys are going to see it. She's worried about that happening.
We just saved a PayPal already.
Can I get to my fucking... we have alcohol to discuss here.
Go ahead.
Okay, so...
If it's more important.
It's okay, I swear to... Saturday night, I guess that makes it all right. All right, so anyway, you guys remember Slim Pickens. Slim's been talking to me in Discord server in there for a bit now. And Slim Pickens is trying to kill me tonight. He's trying to end my life because this is called Old Forester. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I've never had this before. It is 1920 Prohibition style. I'll let you guys take a look at that right there and see the 115 proof on the top. That's gotta have a little bit of a bite to it, does it not? And then look at the numbers down here. I don't know if you can see those or not because of the fucking lights. We got so many goddamn lights in a camera.
115 proof?
Yeah, 115 proof. 57.5 is alcohol per volume on that. 115 proof. That's substantially higher than the Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 that I drink. What kind of a trained broadcast professional did not silence his fucking phone?
You.
That would be me. All right, we'll turn that down, turn that off, and you go. All done. All right, just like it's magic. So I have not even tried this. I may not care for it. We had a couple in here that came through over the last few weeks that I opened up and gave a shot to. I didn't care for one of the flavors. I don't remember which one it was. I didn't care for it too much. And that's okay. You don't have to like every whiskey and bourbon that you try. But I do tell you guys when something has an amazing flavor. Now, stand by. Exit stage left. This stuff here was one of the ones I did like. Notice how it's pretty much empty. Garrison Brothers. Yeah, that one was great. That one, I'm going to tell you, that was a weird feeling because I got a buzz that no matter how much I drank, the buzz just stayed right where it was supposed to, man. I didn't have to watch how much I was drinking. I just keep drinking, and the buzz just stayed really strong. It didn't take me over the edge. I didn't pass out. I was still able to perform, if you know what I mean. It was a good thing. So we're going to try the Old Forester. We're going to try it right now. I do have training wheels on standby. But ladies and gentlemen, what better way to start a bottom of the glass evening show than with Generation X? Because we are all extras. Generation X, Generation Extras. You get it there? No E, just an X. And then we became a legion of extras, a legion of X, if you will. And inside that legion, all those extras, myself included, just a bunch of jabronis hanging out from state to state, corner to corner, coast to coast. We became the bottom of the glass nation because the truth is at the bottom of the glass. And my fine feathered friends, I will drink alone, but I prefer to drink with you fine folks. So if you got a glass, raise it right now. Don't pretend we can't see you. We know what you're doing. Be part of things now. Don't set yourself aside. Raise a glass, circle the wagons. Let's have a drink. Let's get to the truth and let's start the show. Jesus Christ, why do I got to tell them? They should know to, shouldn't they know to drink? I know to drink. They don't know to drink. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Is that good or bad?
Oh, processing. Okay. Ooh. There's some hooch. Boy. Not as potent as Mrs. Four Watton's peach moonshine, but good God. Okay, the one thing I didn't like, the one thing I didn't care for, that Old Forester got a little bit of a charcoal flavor at the end. I don't mind that. I've had whiskeys and bourbons that have that little bit of a charcoal wood flavor at the end. I don't mind that. This one just was a real strong right at the end. Boy, it just kicks you right up front. You put that in your mouth and then your mouth's going, what the fuck is going on? Right away, it tells you. So up front, it was strong and flavorful. Back end, a little bit of charcoal, a little bit too much. I'm not giving up on it, but that was my first impression. All right. You are now back on screen. What is our PayPal, my love?
Our PayPal is from Mark Wiedow. We haven't seen him.
We haven't seen Mark in a bit here.
Yeah, he said $50. He gave $50 and the Whiskey Fund for the General. Best show on YouTube, he says.
Well, thank you very much. All right, we're going back to just me, not her, not us, just me. Remember that. There's some stuff we can jump right in. We had some stuff. But yeah, you guys all know that we're going to Collecticon. We had to move. We'll talk about having to move our Eureka trip. We had to move our Eureka trip. We had to punt on it because of the storm coming through. We'll talk about the storm. But we had to punt on that, so we moved it back. I guess it was 2 weeks we're moving it back. No, it's a week after the barbecue, so it's
couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks back. It's on the website. It's all been updated, so you guys can go see. So that means that we're going to Collecticon is what's next. That's a big event in Long Beach, and Trippy Pineapple's going to be there. He's on staff here. Two Bear, former staff member, he's going to show up too. And there's going to be a lot of stuff to do. Collecticon is a big, big, big event in Long Beach. Yeah, sweetheart.
The Sun Valley Fox just texted and said, "Hey, hi, General. How is Hillary treating you?"
Well, we're getting to that. Sun Valley.
You're handsome.
My brother-in-law called me handsome.
Yes, he did.
Not sure how to respond to that. Okay, I got to tell you, I didn't have a lot to eat today, sweetheart.
Uh-huh.
But I feel a little is lightheaded just on one big double shot, Tenga double shot. I'm telling you right up front. I'm just saying. All right, she's off camera. So Collecticon, they got celebrities and they got voice actors and stuff. But as some of you have pointed out, and I noticed this in the comment section as the program was beginning to unfold, Chuck Norris is going to be there. Now, we did run into trouble because Chuck Norris being there, no problem. All the other actors and actresses and voice people, no problem. All the celebrities, no problem. Then we decided to show up. We accepted the invitation to be part of Collecticon, and then that's when we ran into trouble. That's when we did. To be fair, the approval process was a little slow, but we got it done. It is approved. We had to get permission from God and Mother Nature for Chuck Norris and the General to be in the same building at the same time. That was a little bit of, you had to pull some strings there to call in a few favors. There's going to be extra sensitivity training going on because the stuff that we may say, the stuff that we may do, may harm people's delicate emotions. So we did pull it off. We got permission. So Chuck Norris and the General in the same building at the same time. No disturbances in the force shall be felt. How can I starting to feel drunk on one double shot?
Much, man. Oh, you had a double shot?
I took a big old, yeah.
Because it's 115 proof, maybe?
I mean, I haven't even had that in my system, and I feel lightheaded. I'm not drunk, but I'm feeling like I need to slow down so I speak correctly. Does that count? All right. So
I'm not carrying you tonight.
I'm going to turn off my camera. We'll just go to hers for the whole night, and you can just talk.
I have an announcement to make that just something went by really quick.
Okay, go.
I forgot to tell you in the last live stream.
Yeah.
Andrew 999 was a bit nervous at the last live stream, and he was going in for a big interview, a big boy interview.
A big boy interview, okay.
Yes, he was. And we all, the bottom of the Glass Nation gave him props and was like, just breathe, just go in there, be yourself, the normal thing. He just announced right now he got the job.
Far out, man.
That's awesome.
It should be. Congratulations, Andrew. Thanks for dropping that note. We always like to hear good news in here.
Yes.
We get our fair share of bad news. It's nice to hear good news from time to time. All right.
For sure.
We're going over to pictures. That just means I'm in the lower left corner.
So you don't
guys
want me
get
to do the sheets yet?
Oh my God! All right, just go do the sheets right now. Go.
We have a couple birthdays to celebrate.
Okay.
Tiffany Mims it's her birthday today.
Well, why didn't you let me do that one?
You said you didn't want to do the sheets.
I don't want to always do the sheets. I don't mind if you do them, but I should have been the one to talk about Tiffany Mims.
I'm really sorry. Well, you could talk about it right now.
It's Tiffany Mims. I'm going to go to just me. We don't need to have her on the screen.
Wow.
Tiffany Mims. Sweetheart, I'm going to pull it in real close for you. Happy birthday, sweetheart. I'm glad you made it one more year. One more trip around the sun on this little planet. Thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you for making another year. You're as lovely as ever, and I'm wishing you a personal happy birthday. All right. Now I feel like I contributed, so go.
Okay. Are we done now?
Yeah, you're up. You're up to bat.
Marshall Whitfield, his birthday is tomorrow. So
Far
we
out?
don't go live tomorrow, so...
No, got to say it today. That's good.
I don't know if he's on. I haven't seen him.
No.
Canadian Grower 420. Greetings, everyone from Canada. Hope all is well tonight.
Doing well?
Jennifer Whitehead said, hey, gorgeous mom and handsome general. So happy to be here. Kiriaka Black Roses. Hello from Laval, Quebec, Canada. So John Morgan made the comment, not sure how Collecticon is going to be able to contain awesomeness of General and Chuck Norris in the same building.
Well, we gave them time to reinforce the structure. We gave them a heads up, so we should be okay.
Oh, you guys are going to rock the building?
Well, just our presence expands the territory of the mind.
Okay.
We'll be all right.
Brian Ivany, $5, had to teach a grown-ass couple with a kid how to pump gas a couple of weeks ago. True story. Whiskey fun.
My God, Brian, I feel for you, buddy.
I had to learn that before I was able to drive. My dad would not let me drive a car without knowing how to pump gas.
My grandpa did the same thing. He's like, you're going to learn how to change a tire. You're going to learn how to pump gas. I had to know all the switches and everything on the car, which I already did because I was really into cars. But he made sure. I couldn't. He's like, hazards, turn signals, where's your horn? I mean, everything. He wanted to make sure I got it. I'm like, Grandpa, I totally got this. He's like, I know, but you're going to do it to make sure.
Yeah, my dad was like, nope, not at 16.
Parents just give their kids the keys and go, happy birthday, here's your car, get out of my life.
Well,
fucking kids.
I think I even learned before that, I should say. He made me get out of the car and pump the family car. So, L, what are y'all drinking? I'm drinking beer. You said what you were drinking.
I did.
One more
Old
time.
Forester, 1920 Prohibition style, and it's I've only had one big double gulp of it. I probably had equivalent of 2 shots already. And I felt it immediately. I mean, this is some stuff. 115 proof and 57.5 is the alcohol ratio, the content per volume.
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you, it's something.
Oh man, Scott Harmon goes, "Damn, GXMom's looking banging tonight."
Okay, all right, that's enough. You're done. All right, we're going back to I can't. This is my program. I hang out with you guys all the time. She comes in here for 5 minutes, and you guys are letting her steal the show. I ask you this, ladies and gentlemen, where's your loyalty? Where is your loyalty? That's all I want to know. You think about that, all right? Let's go back to Transformers, okay? Responsibility. You take that one word home. All right. So, yeah, everyone's pissed at Elon Musk. You guys catch that? Elon Musk.
What'd that rascal do now?
It says angers X users after announcing end of a popular feature on the platform formerly known as Twitter. It's like it seems to be kind of like a.
I don't like that name X.
Why not?
I don't know. I just think I'm looking for Twitter. I'm not looking for X. Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's X. But anyway, he got rid of the feature. They had, you could mute a person from your channel, or you could block a person. And he's like, well, it's stupid to block somebody. We're taking that away. And everybody's pissed. No, you want to be able to do, you got to be able to block them. What if I don't like him? What if they don't like me? And we got to block them. And I got to tell you guys that I cannot side with these idiots at all. I got to tell you that. And we'll put you back up there for the conversation.
Okay, thank you.
And all he's doing is copying what YouTube already does. Now, we know on here, as the moderators and you, we go in there when there's people that are complete assholes, we block them from the channel.
Right.
But what I learned from speaking with YouTube, personally speaking with them, they said they don't actually block them from watching your content. They're muted.
So what does that mean? They can
explain it to you.
Okay.
This is brilliant. I love this thing. And now Elon's doing it too. In YouTube, if we don't like what you're fucking doing, we block you. It's called hiding you from our content. All that means is we can't see you in our content. You can still watch all of our videos. You can still type. You can still comment. Nobody sees it but you. Your comments, it looks like you're still participating. You're still viewing. You're still watching. You're still commenting. But nothing actually goes through.
Oh my gosh. So that person doesn't really know.
They have no idea
that they're off their thing.
Why would YouTube do that? They're the only ones who've done that so far. Every other one, when you block and you delete and you cancel, you're gone. Why would YouTube do that? It's absolutely brilliant. YouTube, out of billions of people that get blocked, hidden every day.
Yeah.
All those people are still watching the videos. They're watching the commercials. They're still watching the advertising. YouTube is still getting paid.
I get it.
Those people have no idea. So Elon Musk is like, fuck that. We're going to just mute them. Those assholes aren't even going to know they're muted. They're not blocked. They can still watch everything, and they're still watching advertising. They're still watching.
So the same thing happens on Twitter?
It's going to, yeah, because he's blocking, or he's removing the block feature.
Huh.
All you can do is mute someone where they can't participate in your thread, in your channel. They don't know that. They think now, maybe on Twitter they might be alerted. Sometimes when you mute someone or you block someone or you delete someone, it alerts you and says, hey, these assholes cut you off. All right, perhaps.
So people are upset by that?
People were upset. The people that were upset are upset with anything Elon does. Any decision he makes, he goes, you know what? I'm going to park in the second parking spot next to the handicap when I go to work in the morning. Oh,
that's too close.
Yeah, you're fucking everything up, man. You're taking that number 2 spot. What a dick. Doesn't matter what he does. Everyone's going to be pissed. But there was so many people upset with his decision. It made the news. And I didn't care.
It's just like Trump. Probably the same thing. It's either Elon or...
Yeah, everything he says and does. All right, so going back to the pictures, my wife is now off screen where she belongs. So this hasn't been an issue for a long time. And we kind of got past this over the last year because you guys, we don't talk about it. But for some reason, as of late, I'm not sure if there's a problem in Facebook. Well, there's tons of problems in Facebook lately. But with YouTube, it's the same thing. people are not getting notified. People are not getting told when the live streams are coming. They don't get told when the content goes up. And it's not just us, it's across the board. So I'm going to reiterate it for those of you who don't know, if you're watching this now or if you're watching a replay, the moderators can put up the link in the comment section for Patreon. Gen X Talks has a Patreon. It's $1. Now, it has a ton of stuff in there, but it also gets an email. It's the only way we have to email each one of you and say, hey, we're letting you guys know that we're having a show in half an hour. It's on Facebook. In half an hour, it's on YouTube. In half an hour, it's on TikTok. Wherever we're going, you get the notification. You don't have to attend, but it pops up on your phone. It's just a couple sentences, and then you know. But for some reason, now YouTube is going back to the way they were over a year and a half ago, and people aren't getting notified. There's a problem. They did some update, and now it's an issue. So we know the way it used to be to fix it with YouTube is you had to hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell, but then you had to do it on every device you were logged in on. Did you hear me? Yeah, stupidness. You had to log. They're like, they told us, because I'm part of the live chat. I can talk to a live person at Google, a live person at YouTube, and I did this before. And they said, listen, tell everybody who's following you to like, subscribe, and bell on their phone, on their tablet, on their computer, on their Mac, on their laptop, and on their little Apple device at home, your little Apple Plus box or whatever. And I said, that's fucking annoying. And they said, well, it's the way it's got to guarantee that you get notified. That's what you have to do. So I guess you can do it, but you can also join Patreon, and then you get an email. So then you have a chance to not miss it if you want to. So if somebody put up the comment section for that, that's good. All right.
So are we going to do the sheets now? You would just keep going if I didn't say that.
Okay, go. Do the sheets. Well, I'm trying to do a show here.
So am I. But we got things to do. Mr. Flibble gifted 10 Gen X Talks memberships.
Good Lord.
Scott Harmon, Michael Frazee, Fishing for Dollars, Jub.
Fishing for Dollars?
Yeah.
Wait, some dude's name was Jub?
Jub, J-U-B.
Okay, that's a dude who's he doesn't have real Wi-Fi. That's a dude in one of the back hollers of Kentucky. He climbed up a tree, and he's got 2 pie tins that he's holding up in the air trying to get a good signal.
No, the coffee can with the string.
The coffee can with the string. He's going,
that's what it is.
I'm Jub.
Gary Atkinson, Super Rad, Wookie, Wook, Muffin Rando? Supaloop. Who makes these up? And Brian Powell.
All right. Well, I'm going to drink to all 10 of those people, because you guys can now, after the program, go to the community section. And there's our channel has a community section. Now that you're joined, now that you're members, you can look back through 2 years of behind the scenes secret stuff.
Loud One member for 12 months, KGXD Studios. Evening, everyone, from backstage at the Iowa State Fair. The concert is just starting. I can't sleep, so let's drive this bus off the cliff.
Wow.
Would you stop?
Hold on. Now that...
Oh, here we go. Now his tongue's numb, so it doesn't really matter.
Numb tongue.
The
back end flavor was different this time.
What, the bottle change?
No, I think it.
Your tongue changed?
I'm telling you, it tasted like cherry cough syrup. At the very end, I'm telling you, there was a whiff of flavor on the back end that now tasted, and cherry cough syrup. That's what it tasted like, just a touch.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Maybe this is like an everlasting gobstopper. From Willy Wonka, and there's just stuff.
Mr. Flibble is wonder who the whore is tonight.
Who is the $2 whore? We don't have a jar on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Screen.
I hate fucks.
Yeah.
He said, good evening, General and Gen X Mom. Hope all had been well. Just got back from Poland, and jet lag is killing me. Been up close to 30 hours now, so might fall asleep soon. Gen X Mom, I will email pics. Yeah.
But look who's here. He made it.
Yes, he did.
30 hours in jet lag, and that motherfucker stood tall, and he's here chiming in to I Hate Fucks.
Mr. Fatty is announcing some really great news. The wife's test came back negative on lymph nodes for cancer, and they got the lump out. She is recovering and doing good. Thank you for prayers. Now chemo. That's fabulous.
That's great. That is anytime
it's amazing.
A member of the Bottom of the Glass Nation family comes through with news like that, I'm stoked.
That's amazing.
I don't mind stopping a program to hear some stuff like that. I don't care at all. Fuck them. If you don't like it, too bad. Yeah. That's stuff you want to hear.
Mr. Fatty, just take care of her through chemo. Chemo's going to kick her ass too. So be prepared.
Some stuff for sure.
Brian Ivany, $2. I don't remember not knowing how to pump gas.
That's true.
Ashley, our moderator who is in the sheets, wrote, my dog just stole my T-bone. I was about to cook after the show tonight. Off to cry. Glad I have a show tonight. She's dead.
I bet.
Her dog stole the T-bone.
Her dog has been neglected today. Her kids have been neglected today. You know what Ashley did today? She put in her headphones, ordered 3 pizzas, left them out on the floor and table for the dogs and the kids, and she played video games all day. I swear to Christ, I almost called Protective Services. If you can believe it, I almost did. I was just beside myself.
That's amazing. Good for her. I am so glad. I am so glad.
So I'm going to let you in on something that my family, my family here inside these quarters thinks is amazing. And it's not really super amazing, but I'm going to let you in on it anyway. So this was our play set, and this play set was at 2 different houses, and all of our kids were raised on this play set. I kept repairing it. I kept painting it. I kept reinforcing it. I kept doing stuff to it. And we had this thing, I don't know, 16 or 17 years. And the kids loved it. They were little tiny kids, and they played house in it. They played Army, and they played Ford in it. And this, I'll go to the other picture here. Where is it now? Let's go to that one. So this play set had just been around forever, and we'd done everything with it, and the kids had enjoyed it. And this was one of the steps. Do you see the handle there? Do you see the green handle on there? That's there was several of those. Well, eventually we had to destroy this. It just fell apart. It was too old. It couldn't be repaired. And we chopped it up into pieces, made firewood out of it, took a lot of it to the dump. It's gone. And now the studio that we're in right now, the KGXT studio, stands on the place where the family playset was, and it broke the heart of the kids to see it go. But pay attention to that handle, okay? For some reason, the Gen Z kid, kept a couple of those things for nostalgia purposes, and he painted it black. And it is now the indoor handle to the studio. So I tried to express to my kids that we didn't throw it all away, that we kept it. So anybody that is ever around if you ever come to my house, you ever grace the presence of the studios, the handle on the inside is the handle that was on the playset. That was one of our playset handles for the kids for all those years. And it lived, and it hung around, and now it found a home. It is now so that's one of the little tidbit stories that no one's ever going to remember, but we're having a big barbecue. A lot of you are coming over. Maybe some of you will understand that. Man, okay. Moving on to the biggest story of the evening, which everyone has been talking about. Everyone's been emailing, texting, and calling. Yes, Hillary is on her way.
That bitch.
You stole my line. I was going to say that. I was going to say that bitch. Hillary is on her way. Can't believe you stole my...
I stole your doobage.
You kiped my doobage. All right, so there's Hillary, and the little arrow points to the track where we live.
Now I'm on.
And it's not going... That was
now I'm off.
Seconds ago. Okay, you can't just keep commenting when you're on and off. I know what's going on here. Okay, I'm trying to run a fucking show. You're making the show. You're making it really hard to run the fucking show.
Can I just leave now?
No, you can't.
Can I just go?
Fucking around with my show. Oh my God!
Stop.
You bring her over. Okay. So, do you see the picture of Hillary? The little arrow shows where we are. It shows that we're in the track. Now, we're in the track, but down at the bottom of that, or more towards the bottom, right as you cross into California, you guys remember Two Bear. Two Bear used to be on staff. Trippy Pineapple is on staff. One of my daughters, my millennial daughters, is in the heart of that thing when it makes landfall. If it gets worse, if it gets less, they're hitting the brunt of it. I talked to Two Bear today, and he was like, "Yep." He had the same list I did: fire up the generator, make sure everything's put away, batten down the hatches, pull your sails and stuff down. So yeah, that's a big thing. And Hillary, that bitch, she's coming through town. All right, let's see. Missed my spot here. Warning 1. So yeah, there we are. And we're kind of at the edge in the dark green. Now, my wife kept doing this all day. She goes, okay, we're on the edge. And if it goes to the west a little bit, we're fucked. We're going to be right in the heart of it and we're fucked. And then she leaves and she comes back, jumps in the studio. Okay, so now if it goes to the east a little bit, we're okay. We're going to be fine. And that's all I heard today was, it's going to the left. It's going to the right. It's going to the left. It's going to the right. All day long. She'll probably be up at 2 a.m, waking me up and going, it's here. It's fucking here. All right. So, yes, Hillary, that psycho bitch from hell, is on her way. But I promised you guys I would talk a little bit about our preparations.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Trippy Pineapple says the peaches and the $2 whores aren't falling in the jar. Is that a problem?
The peaches and the $2, they're not.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I just got a message.
Well, let me see if there's something I can do about that. There might be. I'm a gifted and talented person. Boom, 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 boom. Let me go to the jar settings. And it says 0 for minimum. Let's see.
Is it working?
Well, minimum super chat. We can put them at $1. It's supposed to be. It shows there right there. Minimum tip, background colors.
If somebody can drop $1 or something, that would be fabulous.
The settings on there. It says that it should be working. I don't know why.
Well, let's see if one of our family will drop $1.99. Will it do for 99 cents?
Yeah, no, it should be $1. The minimum's $1. Super
okay.
$1.
Can somebody give up $1? Just
tips $1.
A little green guy went in.
There. There's nothing changed on it. Looks right.
Huh.
Well,
we'll have to wait and see. Their Trippy's dropping to hydrate, handsome, he said.
Trippy, shut the fuck up. I don't know. That's really all I know how to do. Unless you want to have the kid come in, he can do it on his computer.
Well, I don't know where he's at right now.
That's why you text him. Mrs. Ford dropped in too.
Oh, everybody is. Okay, thanks everyone.
Across the screen. It should go across the screen. Let me go back to this and we can see it a little bit better. Hold on, everybody. Boom, boom, boom. There. Yeah, we got one subscriber, one little green goober in there.
They're not moving.
I don't know. Text the kid. Tell him you need him.
Okay. All right.
You're not texting him. You're not even reaching for your phone. I swear to God. Why am I married? That's it. I'm drinking.
Why are you married?
Why am I married to you if you're not going to obey my every command? I just don't say you. You knew the rules when we got married. I was very clear. Do everything I ask you to do. When I ask you to do it, never complain.
I don't think so. That is not what you said.
It's not doing. It's not even showing the wording going across.
Well, why don't you continue on with your story, or I will read the sheets and the super chats.
Me and you said Trippy had.
Would you like me to do the super chats while we're here?
Why don't you do that?
Hogs14 for $5 says, "Is it just me, or is GXMom on fire tonight?"
She's on fire. Look, they're all coming through right now. There they go. Look.
Oh, there it goes.
So that brings into question, who's the $2 whore? I'm just asking.
Well, Scott Royston gave $10. GXMom rocks.
Okay, let's see if... Okay. Scott,
don't worry, Gen X Dad. You're still handsome. We all love you, brother.
Okay, first of all, Scott, thank you for the $10 because I have an ulterior motive for that. I want to see if Mrs. Four Watton's perfectly ass-shaped peaches drop in there. Because if we cannot continue without Mrs. Four's ass in the jar. We can't. If her ass-shaped peaches don't fall in that jar, I don't want to. I'm just going to go kill myself right now. We can hang up. So if he dropped in 10, that should come through there. And all I see is a $2 whore. I'm looking for Scott's. I'm trying to find Scott's. Go ahead and read the sheets. We'll wait for Scott's to come through. And I'm going to sneak another shot or shot and a half. That's more than a shot and a half. All right.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Oh, yeah. The flavor changed.
No, we're back to charcoal. Oh. Kingsford, I believe.
Kingsford charcoal. He even knows the flavor.
Okay, so how come... Yeah, you're going to need to get the kid out here. Brian Ivany tipped.
I'm trying.
$2. Yeah, the other ones aren't coming through for some reason. That's weird. So anybody that tips a lot, I'm fucking the dog on that.
I don't know where he's at. You might have to give him a call.
There's a super chat, minimum tip, super chat's there. And I don't know why that wouldn't be in there at all. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's a thing. Test tips and test your subscribers. Test super chats. All right. I sent something right there to see if that goes through, to see if that works at all. Yeah, we got to call the kid. We get him on here right now.
Why don't you call him?
I'm going to call him.
And I'll do the sheets.
You do the sheets.
Okay, Disney Mama Sammy Joe gifted 1 membership to Wallflower. That was very nice. Shoeless One gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Unknown user, Kick Kinval, Peck, Mary Jane Beaton, and Tim Burgess.
Stand by.
Werewolf gifted 1 membership to Stephen Turner. Still not answering. He probably left in our car.
What a fucker.
Noble Harvey goes, General, when a woman demands you to get in the sheets, you get in the sheets.
I agree with that. I'm slightly inebriated. That fucker's not answering his phone. Why would you buy a kid a cell phone?
I don't know.
If they're not going to fucking answer
Because
the phone?
they don't use it as a phone.
Hello? Hello?
They use it as a texting device.
Damn it. Yeah, just leave a message.
Keep calling him.
Show up. Well, the test ones went through. Look at all the blues and the test ones. I did a bunch of test ones. They went through. I have no idea why the consumer ones aren't going through. All right. Are you done in the sheets? Can I go back to my program now? I got stuff
Oh, no, I'm not done.
Well, I'm getting you off camera. We're going back to me. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about me. Boy, this old Forrester's, it's working me right now. I'm feeling loose, baby. I'm going to start saying shit I shouldn't say. All right. So I told you I'd talk about things we did to prepare because everybody and their brother has been contacting us today. We put a sump pump in. The kid did this. He wraps up the electrical and electrical tape and ties it up out of the way. And it's a low point near our house where it does tend to gather a lot of water. And so he got that out of the way, and he runs the hose around the house all the way out to the street. He's got a 100-foot hose, so this thing will pump, and it will clear the air, and it will go out. It'll get outside. He also went into the garden and took down Gen X Mom's sails, which is a good thing. Got the sails out of the way. So I think they would have stayed. He had them up there so tight, I think they would have been okay. But these gusts, they say, can be just over 70 miles an hour. So he went out to his mother's garden. He pulled them down. He wrapped them up. He just put them away. Good stuff. Good stuff in there. So another thing I wanted to share with you guys is we are having the Gen X Talks barbecue. It's the first one we've ever done. We're going to do one on Labor Day weekend. It's been invitation only. Some people have said they want to show up, and I don't like them. There's people in here that I just genuinely go, you're going to fuck up the party, and you can't come. And then there's been a bunch of people that have wanted to come, and we've said, oh, we would love to have you. You're great, no problem. So if you didn't send us something saying you wanted to come, no harm, no foul. If you did send something to us and I told you you can't come, it's because you're kind of a disruptive asshole and you don't belong here. Fair enough? Okay, good. Glad you're coming along. But all of the rest of you that we have welcomed with open arms is a big thing. And we would very much enjoy you being part of our family here. You're welcome into our house. Staff is going to be here. Some special guests are going to be here. It's just going to be a low pressure, have a few drinks, have some food, sit around. And it's just going to be a great time for everybody. But I remember telling you guys before, and you guys have brought it up in the past, like, well, the parties you've had, the parties you've done, they've made for some great stories. You guys seem to love those stories. And I actually found some pictures today. I want to show you one. This is it's not a great picture, a little blurry. This is from our upper deck looking out over our slide, over our waterfall, over our pool. And this was the band that we had set up there. And I'll give you a better picture. But I wanted you to see the tables. We told you we had tables with candles and lights on them and chairs all around. And it really, 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 really it turned out beautiful. It turned out wonderful. During the day, as we were setting up, we hadn't even got the stage set up yet. We hadn't even got the backdrop and everything. But as we put out the tables, we put out the chairs, we put out the candles in the middle. We had misters because it was very hot. We had misters and umbrellas and a big sound system. But this was what it looked like in our backyard. And I've tried to describe it to you. I couldn't believe I stumbled across those pictures today. And this was one of them. Let me find another one. So let me just had to go side by side. So boom, 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 boom. We got that one. Party 3, there's another one there. This was the band. Now this is a little bit better picture, a close up. When the band was on, the backdrop that we put up, it was loud, it was fun, it was colorful. You can see how it turned out at nighttime with the lights, and this is what everybody could see. There wasn't a bad seat in the house when we did this, and we had three people playing that night. It was what was her name? Was Penny Marie?
Yes.
She was a solo, and she did hers. Then Truxton Mile.
Right.
You guys can look up Truxton Mile, and then Highway Down Close, and it was absolutely wonderful. So when I described that party situation to you, when I try to tell you what that was like, that's I know those are just a few pictures, but it really, really, really was something fun. And we've done a few of them like at that size. They've never turned out bad. And we've always had good people. We've always had a good time. We never had any serious trouble. I will tell you one story. I've told it before, but I'll tell it again. The sound system that these guys brought. Now, all the way out in my backyard, I was going to build a shop. I was going to build a shop with an apartment above it. And so I had run 100 amps service out there. I still have my 100 amp service out there. So these guys were thinking, well, we can't come out here because you're so far from the house. We can't run on extension cords. It's not going to work. And I'm like, you don't have to run on extension cords. I got more than enough amperes. And I think, well, we draw about 30 to 40 amps. And I'm like, dude. And I opened up the box and like, holy shit, we're good to go. They brought in lights. They brought in speakers that looked like a 1957 Buick when you stood them on end. These things are fucking huge. So the night's going on. It's now getting past curfew when you're not supposed to be running the stuff and doing the stuff. And here we are. And somebody called the cops. Where are you going?
Did you fix it?
What did you do? Stand by. What I'm trying to tell you is, hold on, everybody, just give me 1 second, technical stuff, and I'll finish my story. All right, sorry about that. We're back. Had a technical thing there. This is with the jars, trying to help you. So what was I saying? Where was I at?
Call the cops. Neighbor called the cops.
Okay, so the neighbors called the cops, and they come and get me from the party, and they say the cops are over here. So a few of us go out. We had security working there because we had 200 people, and so security and my wife and I, we get out there and we go to the gate, and the cops are there, and the cop was mad. He was very upset. And the cop had said, listen, I was giving someone a ticket. So I was outside my vehicle at their vehicle, and I was outside my vehicle. I was over a mile away. I said, okay, let me guess. You could hear it a mile away. Because you could. When people play loud music, you can hear it very far. That's not, he goes, no. Whatever sound system you've got back there, I can hear the words of the song. It's so loud. It's so clear. I can hear the words. I went far out. That wasn't my sound system. This was concert stuff that these guys brought in. They brought it in themselves. Big stuff. And the guy says, so listen, you got to turn this shit off. And I said, okay, look. It's funny because I was grabbing my whiskey glass. I was actually standing at the gate with my whiskey glass in my hand and my cigar. And my wife was there. GXMom was there, like clutching her purse because she knows she's going to have to go bail me out of jail if I do something dumb. Wouldn't be her first time. So I'm standing and said, okay, look, we're kind of in the middle of a show. As soon as we get done, as soon as we wrap it up, we'll turn everything off. We'll shut it down. And the guy got more mad. He goes, no, you're going to shut it off now. You need to shut it off right now. I said, well, we can't really do it right. He goes, I will confiscate all of your equipment. I will confiscate
Thank you.
everything you've got. Now, I know what this equipment looks like. Remember? Big as a 57 Buick, just the speakers. I said, okay, look. I said, you can't fit all the stuff in your cop car. I said, you can't even arrest all the singers in the band. You couldn't put the band in your cop car. And he goes, and I said this to him out loud, to which my wife will attest to, because she's standing right there going, shut up, stop talking. And I'm like, I got this. It's okay, because I'm totally plastered. And I always think that I can communicate better when I'm ripped. And I said, all right, so let me get this right. You're going to confiscate everything? He goes, right. I said, how are you going to do that? Nothing will fit. He goes, well, I'll go downtown, or I'll call downtown, and they're going to come out here with these big trucks, and they're going to load up every person and everything, and we're hauling it all away. And I went, well, let's see, downtown. When 20 minutes you call, get the guys downtown, get the trucks, organize everything, get a few guys, get out. He said, that'll be about an hour to an hour and a half before you get all your guys and all your trucks out here. Because it's the middle of the night. And it's not like these dudes are just sitting downtown on a bench waiting for a phone call when the cop says, come haul the equipment away. They all go, yes, we've been waiting for this call all night. They don't just jump up and slide down the fire poles into their Batman costumes and run out. They got to call them from home, get them to get up, get dressed, drive into the station, get their gear, get in the truck, drive out. It's going to be an hour to an hour and a half. I told the cop this. I said, so by the time you get here, we're going to be done playing. We're not going to play that long. So, either way, you're going to show up, we're done playing, or you just let us play and we're done playing. Either way, we're going to be done playing. Now, the young cop was having a fucking shit fit. This young cop wanted to put the cuffs on me right now for obstructing justice. The old cop was just scratching his head like, you could tell the old cop, I wanted to bring the old cop in and go, why don't you have a look around and have a drink and some food and let's talk about this. I think the old cop would have been on board. The young cop was like, you forgot breaking the goddamn law here. There's people out there. I said, yeah, well, you need to relax. So they decided, because everyone was kind of restraining me, not restraining me like I was going to swing on. I wasn't doing anything aggressive at all. But what they were doing was like, okay, you need to calm down. You need to shut the fuck up. And everyone's interceding. Like every 3 words I say, I had buddies lean in and go, he doesn't mean it. He's not saying that. My wife was mimicking. He's drinking. He's been don't listen to anything he's saying. So eventually the cop says, all right, the old cop. He says, all right, if I got to come back here and tell you again, we're shutting everything down, whether I got to come back there and pull the plug myself. So as the young cop was talking to some other people, and another cop car had arrived, and there were young cops, the old cop, I just said, when are you coming back? You're going to come back and shut us down? And he just kind of leaned in. He's like, I'll come back in about 45 minutes. I went, got you, buddy. So sure enough, we got done on time. They came back on time. Everybody was happy, but it was a big party. It was a big shindig, and we love doing stuff like that. That particular one that I was showing you, Bowen's Whiskey, they're a local whiskey brewer here. They came and just gave away bottles, just kept pouring it till everyone's glass was overflowing. I mean, everyone smelled like Bowen's Whiskey because they were just slopping it in on everybody who wanted it. Was get it. They had their big banners up behind the counter. It was great. Buffalo Wild Wings brought us a ton of stuff, just donated huge amounts of wings and stuff for people to go at. And plus, we were flipping burgers and dogs the whole night, having a good time. It was great. So, yeah, that was a little chingaderas there. And so that was, I wanted to show you guys those pictures because it was important that you guys got to see that. Okay, Gen X Mom, where I'm sure you are dying to interrupt my evening. Now,
well, I was going to say our neighbors are great. It was the neighbor behind us that didn't like it. The one closest to the stage.
Do you notice?
Didn't like that.
Did you notice that we never had a problem with that? I'll finish that story. She's right. There was one neighbor, because I went to all the neighbors and said, hey, we're going to do this. It's going to be kind of late. And this one neighbor is just a pain in the fucking ass. And I could tell you stories about this dickless wonder. And so after this, we had other parties after that. We had other barbecues after that with music and bands and stuff. I went to this guy and said, I know you turned me in last time. Wasn't anybody but you. This is true story, word for word what I told the guy. And you can ask. My wife watches me do this shit. I said, if you turn me in one more time for having a barbecue or a party, I'm going to wait till you're gone for the weekend, and I'm going to burn your fucking house down. to the ground. So you better hope nobody even turns me in. You better hope no other neighbor, because if they do, I'm just going to assume it's you. You better go door to door to everyone and knock on their door and go, don't complain. He's going to burn my house down. Don't complain. I said, you better be the hall monitor now. Because if anybody even turns me in, I'm coming after you, you motherfucker. And I told every other neighbor I was fine with.
Well, we were laughing because we were like 40-something. It was a group of like 40-something people, and we have the cops coming to our party.
Yeah, like really, we were in our.
We're
40s.
Like, come on in.
Here's a beer. Have some. Yeah, it was. We were in our 40s. We was like we were putting a party on. We were in our teenagers or 20s, and then this motherfucker, this guy built a pool in his backyard, and he has no room for a pool. And so what he did was he kind of he built this pool down one side of his house and turned and went into the backyard. It's an awkward looking pool. It really is.
Yeah.
But what he did was he leaned over the fence and looked at our pool and then built his pool. And then when I was in the back, we were doing something, what we're doing in the backyard one summer, and he comes up over the wall and goes, I built a pool in my backyard. It's bigger than yours. My pool's bigger. He said to my wife and I, we're in the backyard in our house, minding our own fucking business. This guy goes, I built a pool bigger than yours. I'm like, who fucking cares? Good for you.
He was a pool guy. I think he was a
pool guy or something. I don't know, but he's like, I built the pool. Yours has one waterfall. Mine has two. My pool's bigger than yours. And we're like, who gives a fucking shit? I don't give a shit about you one way or the other. This is the same guy who replaced the fence between my property and his with a block wall, and he did it before the trees finished growing. So 3 years later, the trees finish growing, the roots come up and tilt the block wall, and he's pissed. I'm like, you fucking knew the trees were there when you built the wall, dipshit. Why didn't you wait for the trees to finish growing, then build your wall? But you did it ahead of time, stupid. I'm not fucking taking responsibility for this.
I don't know. Be nice. All right, take a breath. Loud One donated $100 on PayPal. This donation is from Shush as a peace offering from me, so she don't kill me for missing her super chat.
So Loud One put in $100 for his wife because his wife Chush. Chush, I want you to know that I love you. First of all, I love you very much.
Aww.
And your husband is a complete asshole, and he was disrespecting you. I don't think $100 is good enough. I don't think $100 is going to cover it. No. At the level of disrespect he showed you, Chush, I don't know if $100 is going to get away with it.
I wouldn't settle for $100.
I almost got through it. I almost got through it without laughing. All right, I'm going to drink some more hooch and get really fucked up. You go ahead and read some more.
Mrs. Four gave $50 on PayPal for the barbecue meat fund. That's what she said. $2 from Mrs. Four. Can we have the jar? She was asking for the jar.
I think I got the jar up there.
Drop'em says Sammy Joe is probably the $2 whore. She does it kind of often.
Who said Sammy does the $2?
Drop'em. I believe that was Drop'em. Hold on. Yeah, it was Drop'em. Trippy Pineapple gave $2. Hydrate Handsome.
That is so fucking funny. Someone said, it's Sammy Joe. She's always the $2 whore. It's like if we don't know who to pick, we just like, just make Sammy.
Yeah, just to make Sammy Joe. Stone Yoda, $1. Don't know why. That's where they were dropping. $2 from Mrs. Four. $2 from Tabitha Ray. $2 testing from Zach James. Hi, Zach.
Okay. All right. You really got to stop. You got a thing for him now.
Mike Perkins gave $1.99. Carl Gerard gave $1.99. Two Bear $1.99. And he called you handsome and circled the wagons.
Two Bear called me handsome? Why are all the men calling me handsome?
Ivana Stick gave $2. John Morgan gave $2. Chuck Norris and Whiskey Fun, he said. Jan Mott Spay gave $1. I think that's the pound syndrome. Is it a little
E?
Or an L or something.
English, yeah.
Noel gave $2 for the $2 whore. Brian Ivany gave $2. Okay.
All right. Can I go back to being me now?
No.
What?
My turn. You've talked enough.
What?
Disney Mama Sammy Joe. My son, the Disney kid, is the $2 whore tonight.
Wait, what did she say?
My son, the Disney kid, is the $2 whore
and
tonight.
Who wrote that?
Disney Mama Sammy Joe.
Disney Mama Sammy. That's right. Yeah. And we were going to use.
So is she right or not?
Chris, the Disney kid, is the $2 whore. He's smooth with his hat and his glasses. It was a toss up between him and his chick, Cali Cat. But Cali Cat wanted her boobs to be the $2 whore. And no matter what I did, no matter what programmed the both boobs would not fit.
Wow.
I had to punt. I'm like, I'm sorry. Both boobs
That's
would.
tough.
That's tough.
That's very tough.
That's tough. So we
couldn't even get the cleavage in there or anything?
That's all we would have got. It would have just been the cleavage. And what good is that?
Yeah.
Enticing, but what good? So we went with Chris. The next best thing. Yeah, we did to the
next best thing.
The next best thing. The two big boobs.
That wasn't very nice.
Is Disney kid. So he is the $2 whore tonight. All right.
Wow. Zach James gave $5, just a little bit to support the show and continue my low impact harassment of the general. Very excited for October and best of luck with the storm.
Okay, going back to just me real quick with Zach. We did a post on General's Lunchbox, Patreon, and YouTube members about Zach's books. We did some stuff. We showed the books. We talked about it a little bit. We read some stuff from him. We weren't really promoting it. We were just in kind saying, this is what this cool cat did. Do you know how many people have chimed in saying they're buying the books? They're ordering the books?
That's fabulous.
Even if it's just a few. I think that's great.
I think his whole set, you can buy the whole, I think I looked it up on Amazon. The whole set was like $20.
I don't know, but it was fucking cool. I mean, is there any way we can get him to the barbecue? Where does he live? How far away is he?
He's on the East Coast. We are possibly seeing him when we go over there.
We got to stop by and shake his hand.
He's very close to where the wedding is.
Okay.
I have talked to him.
Now I'm going to say this with all sincerity.
Okay, go ahead.
We should go by and say thank you and shake his hand. That's all we're doing. We're not having lunch. We're not hanging out with him.
Zach.
We're just shaking hands and saying thank you. Do you think you can get that? Get your mind around that? Please do. All right. So let me go back to what I had important stuff here, man. We talked about the party stuff.
They're asking, some people are asking, what are these books? Are they on our website? Did we put them on?
We did not put them on the website. We only put them up as members. If you're a member of YouTube membership or General's Lunchbox on Facebook or Patreon, we put up all the pictures and a description. I didn't know where to send people to buy it. I didn't know that part, but people found it on their own.
Oh, that's cool.
So just, what's his name? Zach James.
Zach James.
Just look up Zach James author.
Yes.
And then he's got some cool books, and it's in rotation.
What is it? A set of 4? There's a series, and then there was an offshoot of a book also.
Yeah.
I think it's like 3 or 4.
My wife, GXMom, is going to work her way through them in rotation. All right, so there we go. So Patreon, something talk about that. Grease and Discord. Grease is the movie on Discord. Lionheart is the overlord of Discord. Trippy Pineapple is the Joker, the minion. Trippy does all the grunt work around there. Trippy is putting on a movie every Monday night. We all watch a movie together. It's free. Discord is chat rooms. Go check it out. That's a good thing. Don't. Oh, wait. I got a picture. There. Look what I put up. Look what I just got through and I forgot that I did. Look right there. There's one right now. Carl Girard. He's our famous Frenchman in here. What did he write right there?
Oh, just ordered.
All 3 Modern Mercenary series. Amazon will be delivered to States. Can't wait. You see?
Very cool.
I copied one of the things in there. I told you.
Did.
Told you one line about that shit.
Yep.
All right. I got stuff over here. Bum, 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 bum. Doom, doom. I'm drinking, so I'm going to tell you a story about high school. And if I keep drinking, I may get a little more randy, as they say, because this hooch is getting to me really fucking fast. I'm on my 4th double shot, and I'm telling you, good stuff here. I'm drinking in a glass provided by Loud One and Loud Trouble LLC, which I was very despondent about when I said their name because my wife pissed me off in the podcast. Anybody who listens to the podcast, you know. So let's drink this one together, and I'll tell you a couple stories. Oh. Charcoal. Yep, still charcoal. I'm telling you, the back end of that thing is charcoal for some reason. It's getting better to tolerate. I do like it, but boy, the content's kicking my ass. All right. So this is a stupid story, true story. My wife and I have known each other since we were 5 years old, as most of you know. Went to private school together, kindergarten to 12th grade in private school. She made it all the way through. I got kicked out twice. Very unfair. Very, very unfair rules getting kicked out twice. To be fair, one of them, I was naked, but I was off campus. You could see me from the campus, but I was off campus. They still kicked me out. What a bunch of pansies. All right, so I'm walking through the hallways. It was 7th grade.
Romy told me to cue the porn music. Bow, chicka, bow, bow, chicka, bow, bow.
I'm walking through and I'm talking to my friend. You guys, everybody who's Generation X is not going to believe this, but one of my best friends through grade school and high school was guy's name was Steve Austin. I'm not making that up. He was our own $6 million man. That was his name. And so we're going through school and we're walking down this hallway, and you know how you catch something out of the corner of your eye, and you duck or you react or you turn because you didn't see what it was. I tripped over something that was in my way walking. And I mean, at the last second, I saw it before I tripped. I caught myself before I physically tripped over it. I jumped to avoid tripping. Now I'm in a hallway. I'm in an outside hallway with my best friend walking next to me, and lots of other kids around doing their thing, and I all of a sudden freak out. Whoa! And I jumped out of the way. Soundbite for Trippy. I jumped out of the way, knocked people over, landed on the dirt on the side, and everyone's going, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because I was tripping over something that I saw that ended up being yellow paint where a door opens. They put yellow paint on the floor over the weekend on the walkway, so you're not in the way of where the door opens. There's this half circle and line of yellow paint saying, "This is where be careful. This is where the door opens." I didn't ever see it before, but I'm talking to my friend, and as I see it out of the corner of my eye, I think it's something there. And I jump out of the way, knock people over. That was the only time in my life I've ever tripped over paint. I tripped over a painted line. True story. Dumbest move I ever fucking made. Well, maybe not the dumbest, but it was up there. It is completely up there. All right. Let me go to my book of lies. There was other things to say. Yeah. So I got into an argument with not one of you guys, but it was one of you guys. It wasn't really one of you. It was one of you, but it was one of them who was pretending to be one of you in the group. Like, "I've been watching your show for 10 years, even though we've only been on for just less than 3. And he's like, "I got to take issue with you." So here we are arguing. All right. He was talking about drugs, opioids, pain pills in particular. And his whole idea was that pain pills came from Republicans, pain pills came from conservatives, and pain pills were killing America. Now, the premise of his argument that he was presenting to me, that he was unfolding to me, was that obviously drug companies are capitalism. Capitalism is conservative Republican, and drugs are ruining America, so it's all my fault. To which I had to start by saying, look, I don't fucking own a drug company. Let's start with that, okay? I'm not even heavily vested in one. But the story, how it unfolded, and if I could paraphrase 2 hours of conversation, it was, and I tried to explain this to him. I said, listen, I know there's a problem with it, but if you back up, you want to say drugs are killing Americans. Okay, should we just cut them off? Should we have no drugs? Then they won't be killing Americans. And I'm talking different. Never mind the fact that Chinese are making them and funneling them through the border through Mexico. Let's forget that. But we say you can't have drugs are killing everybody. Okay, let's cut off the drugs. No, we can't cut off the drugs. We like the drugs. We need the drugs. And then you say, okay, so make the drugs. Well, make them, but you're making them too expensive and people are getting them off the street. It's like, wait a second. So you're making the drugs, you want the drugs. Now you're back in the team of you want them, you need them, but now you don't want them to be that expensive, because if they're expensive, people are going to go for the cheaper ones. And once they get hooked on them legitimately through insurance companies, the cheaper ones are all they can afford, and they're getting them across the border. If there was no demand for them, there would be no supply, and here we go. And I stopped. I literally had to grab this dude and go, listen, you're fucking up your own argument. Opioids, for the broad term, is something that we need to fight pain. There are people that need that caliber of drug to exist. Americans, my friends, my fellow citizens, my fellow patriots. I don't want them to get addicted to it. No. But there are certain points in their life when the things have happened through surgeries and cancers and ailments and combat car accidents where you've done all the surgeries you can do, and you get to a point where you need them. Thank God there's drug companies that make them because they're needed. Now we argue price. Okay, let's be clear about something. These drug companies are not making drugs to be great American citizens. Can we all agree with that? They're producing these drugs to make a profit. They want to make a fucking shit ton of money. The people at the top that invest hundreds of millions of dollars want to make billions of dollars so they can float off into the Pacific Ocean on a yacht that costs more than every dollar I've ever made my entire life and have women that are barely 18 serving them drinks in bikinis. That's what they want. That's what they're investing their money for, and they're hoping their investment pays off. You may say that's for all the wrong reasons. Okay, fine. I don't know. I don't disagree or agree with their own personal motivations for investing money in drug companies to make drugs that are profitable to do what they want. All I care about is people that have exhausted every other thing they can do, and they have to have that drug. That drug's available. And you like it when you hate it when they make it. Here's the flip-flop. You ready? The car that became a van that became a car. We talked about this. They hate the drug companies for the money they make and the evil corporate empire they represent. They hate it. But they love the drug because it cures pain. But they hate it because it's expensive. But they love it that insurance companies will cover it. But they hate it that the insurance premiums go up. Then they love it that they can find generic ones that are made cheaper. Then they hate it because you become addicted to them. Then they love it because illegal drugs come across the border and you can buy a bottle of pills for $20. Where do you draw the fucking line? Where do you guys stand on that? How do you pick apart all of the I love this, I hate that, I love this, I hate that, I love this, I hate that, all the way to the very end? Where do you guys stand on that? Because when I got done, and I've condensed this for you folks, when we got done with the argument, when we got done with the discussion, I said, listen, I'm with you, man. I'm not against you on this. There is good that goes along with the bad. And this guy was almost in tears talking to me because it was so frustrating. And I wasn't trying to talk him into a circle. I wasn't trying to talk him into being upset. I wasn't, circling the wagons and defending the whole. I wasn't doing that. He arrived at being almost in tears on his own. But let me help you with where I came out. I said, listen, I grabbed the guy. I said, listen, I'm not against you on this, but there's so much to sort out here with opioids that my first primary goal in my small existence, which I'm just a $3 mechanic in the middle of the desert, my brain doesn't function on the level that everybody else's does. I said, I just want to make sure that people that need the drugs can get it. I don't want my fellow citizens, my friends, my family, I don't want anybody living in pain. If they've exhausted everything they can do, I want that drug available. And I want it fucking cheap so they can get it. And they don't have anxiety. They don't have pain. They're not suffering. I hate when I learn that people are suffering. I don't like that. And all the things that go along with it after that, about the insurance companies and the price and the generics and crossing the border, I don't know that I have a solution or a solid opinion. That's for people smarter than me to figure out. But I told this guy one thing. I said, listen, people that need it, legitimately need it, they should have access to it. It's where I left it. But the opioid thing, it's a big topic. I can't tell you how many emails I get with articles, with border seizures, all the time. and I skip over them. You guys haven't heard me address this. We've skipped around it. We haven't talked about it. I let it alone. But tonight, I'm telling you that I don't have all the answers, but I'll stand on one point. Let's say the Sun Valley Fox, my brother-in-law, who I love very much, his wife, my sister-in-law. Let's say something were to happen to her where everything could be done, it was done that could be done, and she ended up, and the doctor says, I'm sorry, we've done everything. You're going to live the rest of your life in pain. Take these pills. I would move heaven and earth to make sure that she was not in pain. Because there's good people on this earth that need to be taken care of at all costs. And that's where I fall on opioid. I know they're addicting. I know they've destroyed lives. I have a son. I haven't talked about him. I have a son who is one of my greatest achievements. I pat myself on the back on how great this boy is. I was a foster parent to him. I adopted him. I raised him. I poured my heart into him. And about 20 years old, he got involved in opioids and fell off planet Earth. He's not dead. He's still alive. But he is a fraction of the man he was. And he lives somewhere in the deserts of Oregon. I don't hear from him but once every 6 months or so to let me know he's alive. So I do know firsthand the downside. I've lived through it, the downside. And I will still tell you, in my opinion, we have to keep creating those drugs. We have to keep solving that problem. It's up to people smarter than me what happens after. But how many of you in here right now would raise your hand and say there are pain medications that, in addition to all the other things you do, there are pain medications that help you? I'm going to click on I haven't been reading. I'm going to click on the comments right now. I just want a raise of hands of anybody that says that there are drugs that have been helpful. The real Chuck Norris.
That's Two
Bear. Eve on a stage. I'm just asking for a raise of hands. There is a legitimate strategy to a doctor and a patient for drugs that can help. I'm not promoting drug abuse. There we go. Kevin Grimes, Wise Note, Tabitha Ray, Carl Gerard, Noel, Ashley, Zach James, Nana. Kel's in there. Ashley's in again. B.A., Sammy Pancake, Mr. Flibble, going by Jan Mott. That's dude is here. Romy! Shoeless one. That's what I'm saying. Look at Houdini's in there. Half rounds in there. Do you guys see what I'm saying? You can pencil this thing out 10 ways from Sunday. But the beginning is there is a need and we have to be there for it. I'm not talking about the capitalistic side, but I'm just letting you guys know. That was a huge issue that came up. It was a big argument I was in. And this guy lost his mind. And I gently picked him up and said, the basics of it, I'm with you on. I think a lot of us would find common ground with the opposite side of an argument, with the opposite side of the aisle, at the basic fundamental part of an argument, at the basic fundamental part of a discussion. Now, we may differ after that. It's just nice to know there's some common ground. All right. I have spoken way too long, putting my wife back on. There she goes, that big, beautiful smile. All right, sweetheart.
Jeff Allen from Montana gave $20 on PayPal. Didn't say where it was going, but...
And where does that go?
Unallocated funds go to the whiskey.
Thank you very much.
Let's see if there's anything in the sheets.
There's got to be tons. Ashley, I love Ashley. She's on staff here. Ashley disappeared all day. Never said a fucking word to any of us all day. In the staff, we have a staff thread on Telegram. We're always talking and sharing and shucking and jiving and moving. She never said a fucking word. 5 minutes before the show starts, she goes, I'll be there to do my job. Wow.
Didn't he say he was going to stop talking?
I'm stopping. I'm sorry. I've been drinking. I'm going to drink more.
The shoeless one gave $2 for party time. I think that's when you were talking about our backyard. Zach James said, just proof that the General and Gen X Mom truly are the best. Thank you very much and very excited to shake your hand. Mama Mac made a comment. In elementary school, each kid got to share a favorite song in class one day. My daughter brought Grease Lightning, and her teacher freaked and turned it off ASAP. My girl couldn't understand why. Stoned Yoda says, "The drink. What you're drinking?"
Wait,
you have a comment?
What was that guy's name?
Stoned Yoda.
Stoned Yoda.
What you're drinking? Is it worth buying a bottle?
Old Forester. I don't know, man. I'm jury's out. I'm getting fucked up. I'm not even half a bottle in and I'm lit. I'm already lit. I'm going to start saying shit I shouldn't say soon. So for that, I guess is good. You know what's going to happen now that if I start telling the stories I shouldn't tell, everyone's going to send me a bottle of Old Forester going, keep going. All right. Between the sheets, girl, what you got?
That's it. I'm brought up. Mr. Flibble just made a comment that Newsom has declared a state of emergency for most of Southern California. I'm not surprised. LA is gonna.
It's gonna get a hit.
It's gonna get hit.
Yeah. So
we're questionable at the moment.
We are. Ashley, if you're listening now, see, I wrote a note to Ashley. I said,
hey,
Ashley,
can I say goodnight?
Are you done?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Wow. You're calling it night,
baby. It's almost 7:30.
No, it's 7:18. It's closer to 7:15. You big freaking baby. It's all right. You can call it a night if you want to.
So you had no comment about the Grease Lightning song. That's amazing.
You're not letting me get there. You want to just do your exit right now. You waved your hand. Put me on camera so I can tell everyone I'm leaving. You big freaking baby. You quitter. Generation X quitter. Wow. I don't know. You know what? You guys just say goodbye. Gen X Mom's got to go. It's her bedtime. It's a bunch of bullshit.
No, I got to go clean the kitchen.
Well, why? It's not like you were cooking in there tonight.
Bullshit.
You haven't cooked
You are so full of shit.
What did you cook?
Did you have tri-tip for lunch today?
You put it in a crock pot.
I did not. I put it in the oven.
Oh, wow, the oven. So one pan to clean. You got to act like you're doing a bunch of shit. And you gave it to me in a sandwich form. So that means you already put the bread away. Wow. Yeah, okay. You got a lot to clean up. You know what? I'll go to the security camera and I'll watch the kitchen. Let's see how much time you're actually in there cleaning up. This would be great. I'm with you. In fact, if I can pipe the camera footage in here, we can all just watch you in your I have to go clean. What? You're going to walk in there and wipe the counter, turn out the lights, and go to bed? Nice. Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Love you all. Bye.
And she's off. All right. So listen, her mic's off, her stuff. Listen, I should go too. I got to get out of here. I got some stuff I got to do. I don't know if we accomplished anything here tonight or not. I mean, we were trying to, I got more stuff. I got lighthearted stuff to get you some pictures on about ladybugs that bleed because that's their defense mechanism. Like, how would anybody fucking know that? Maybe they're just bleeding because they're scared. No. There was other stuff in there. Just like the other night we talked about giraffes and they hum all night long to keep the herd together. There's some wild claims being made by some people out there that I want to take issue with. I do. I take issue with all of them. But it is 7:20. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes, and she just left the studio, and it's dark outside. Yeah, it's getting dark. The wind is coming up. I should prepare. The bitch Hillary is coming. There's nothing I can do about it. I got to just take it like a man, so I will. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to circle the wagons with you guys one time. I got to have this last drink, and then we'll call it a night. Bottom of the glass on a Saturday night. We'll be back again. It's not that far to the World Show on Monday. It's not that far to Tuesday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for helping out. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for wasting an hour and 20 minutes of your evening. If you had to waste it, what better place to waste it than with Gen X Talks? Let's drink this one together. I don't care if you got a glass of milk, a cup of coffee, or you're drinking some of the good stuff. Let's do it right now together. Let's all drink one time, and we can settle off into the sunset like an old Western. That still has a charcoal taste. One time it had the cherry flavored cough syrup. All right, listen. I got to go, you guys. I got to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up. I love every minute of hanging out with you guys. Not so much the ambush videos that you guys seem to think are great, But this is like a virtual bar. You guys talk and I listen. I say stuff and you comment. Unless we're all in the same room, this is as close as we can get, and I dig it. From everyone here at Gen X Talks, in the opulent 30 stories of studios that we have here in just outside of LA in Central California, I thank you all for showing up. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you're listening on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember, wherever you go, there you are. And I promise you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.